Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon, where, yeah, we just last time looked into the Grim Garten now, no longer the Märchen Garten, and off-screen I went a bit more in there and bought the newest weapons we got there, and that helped me defeat the boss in the time limit. What is it, 40? Was it 40 turns or 60, or I don't remember. I'd have to look. And yeah, we
Shot one up.
A breath quartz. Good, but we want to look into the other districts now. Riverside, Tyrell, Auber, and the Grand Circuit. Let's start with the Grand Circuit.
Let's be on
From
our
what
way.
I remember, it was a relatively small area. So what I remember from the last game. And there's no quest here. So, no 4 SPG. Wow, the Grand Circuit's really buzzing right now. There shouldn't be any Zenith runs on the schedule though. A half-decent crowd like this can't be gathered for nothing. Are we running a race over there? Supposedly today's event is a trial session of sorts for the GR Championship. Yeah, simply put, it's a race between commercial cars and hot rods instead of Z1 models. The bar to enter is a lot lower, so it's more accessible to amateur teams and underdogs. Real deal enter tomorrow though. Today's race is just a dry one with the amateur teams mixed in. Well, compared to Z1, it would seem there are only so many fanatics who are partial enough to attend. But notwithstanding, from what I hear, there's value to be had in spectating these competitions. What better way, after all, to demonstrate the limits and potential of the cars we drive on a daily basis? Ah, I know you of all people would see the appeal, Master. Let's settle as when we make a beeline for the track, stat! Gathering into is still priority number 1, but I guess a quick peek won't do any harm. There's truly no talking our way out of it. Let's take a look at the dry one then, in addition to the rest of the district.
Cheers, everyone!
Embrace us. Is it really okay for me to be the one heading to Basel? Fee's already on the way, but we're not working together on this, right? Think of it as a special destination. You won't be relying on her as a rule. But you're not working separately either. It can't hurt to have 2 pairs of guild eyes on this. And there's no denying that Basel's the heart of a space program, much like the base toward Longley. You've really come a long way, Grey. Anyway, this sort of thing is expected of a senior boyser like you. I'm sure you can handle it, and if I believe in you, you should too. Alright, I heard you were looking after that tomboy who was training here. Well, I was trying to at least. I've got some concerns of my own there. Anyway, alright, understood. I'll redouble my efforts. Well, the next generation is really coming into their own. Yeah, including Alvis. Oh. Director Gotti.
Ah! Nothing beats knocking back a cold one after a long shoot.
That animation is improvable.
Now then, Maxim, Giordano. Apologies that these are non-alcoholic, but go ahead and drink to your heart's content. I insist.
Z1 Grand Champion, Maxim.
Of course. A toast to Director Gotti and his latest work, Perfect Driver Zero. My acting career's about to rocket up to new heights. I can feel it.
Hell yeah, brother. The street racing scene's turned out pretty sweet. How's about you and me go clashing wheels in a real unofficial street race sometime?
No, I think I'm all right. I've done more than enough of that with Van to last me a lifetime.
Careful, champ. Let that head get too big and karma's gonna come down on you like a ton of bricks. I'm well aware of that, thank you very... Wait. Hello, wir sind Van and Judith. Ah, and do my eyes deceive me, or is that the beauty's blade? Come to accept all those offers I sent out at long last? I'm afraid not, and even if I were interested, I wouldn't appear before you without notice. You don't have to answer so seriously, Elaine. He's already off in his own little world. But anyway, you finally wrapped up shooting for the new Perfect Driver movie, huh? That's right. This one delves into the origin story of the first entry's protagonist, Louis Adler. It's director Gotti's latest work. He handled the planning and screenwriting. The production side was helmed by Vegas Films. It's set to premiere as soon as next month. Believe you me, I've put out all the stops on this masterpiece for the ages. With Giordano as a consultant, we got on the city roads and shot the greatest stunt action street race that ever has or will grace a silver screen. And that's not all. It's got everything. Gorgeous gals, romance. Did I mention gorgeous gals? Oh, and titillating scenes that'll make the crowd roar. That's right. I'm talking about triple S, sexy, scintillating spectacle. This is my magnum opus, my piece de resistance. You realize you say this after every project, right? Still, you do manage to one-up yourself each time, so props on that. Honestly speaking, this film's a pretty big stylistic departure from the first and second entries. That in mind, I have a feeling series fans might be split on it. Well, one thing's with Stone's truth. It's full-speed, gaudy flair with no brakes. Shooting this flick was a gas and then some. The heat this cat brings is gonna burst through the screen and blow the crowd straight off their seats. It's feedback like that from the cast and crew that gets me grinning ear to ear. Alright, I admit, you guys are selling me on it. I look forward to seeing it upon its theatrical release. Yes, better buckle up now, cause your folks are in for one hell of a ride. Oh, on top of that, Maximia will be teaming up with Aslan to help me out with a little extra something pretty soon. You can leave it to me. I'll get the job done, Maxim style. And while we're at it, I'll rope the Zetan buffs in and keep the hype going at 11 all the way to the premiere. By extra something, are you talking about that rumor that's been making the rounds online? Maybe, maybe not. Can't divulge much. But let's say it'll be an energizing promotion in more ways than one. Aslan is a part of the movie too, so the two of us will be splitting up from director Gotti and touring from city to city. As one of the leads, I need my fans, the content over, to join in the excitement. Is that really all you're after? Can't bullshit a bullshitter, dude. You got ulterior motives, I know it. Okay, fine, I'll shoot straight with you. Yuma still doesn't get that I'm a star, even after all this time. But just wait, once I've grabbed the media by the horns, I'll finally be more to her than just that funny old guy. What? All I want to hear is a wow, Maxime, you're cool. Is that so wrong? Hey, I ain't about to argue. Shoot your best shot, champ. Good luck with that, Maxime.
My stuff can't be beat. I'll be waiting for you.
I think I'll give it a try.
Now where? Search time. Search time.
And is it set?
Mira deposit confirmed.
A Grim portal in every district.
Now where?
Were used in actual races, so take your time and enjoy your visit.
Anything strike your fancy?
Cypher Mount for Burgert.
Thanks.
So something to attach your phone to your car.
This here'll knock your socks off.
Hey there, what would you like? Come again.
pretty sure the GR championships are doing a dry run today.
I've heard they don't use the typical Z1 rigs, but modified commercial vehicles. I admit, I can see the appeal in customizing one's own ride in such a way.
They're accepting first-timers too, right? Sounds like it'll be a blast.
This is a way bigger turnout than I expected. Guess it isn't just for diehards who came to watch. If it's this popular now, GR's got a bright future ahead. Oh hey, I recognize them. Pardon me for leaving you with us, Graham. Damn, nothing for it but overtake him at the next corner. Didn't come this far just to lose. Oh, go, Lucio, go! Push that pedal to the metal! Keep your cool, Graham. You still got a chance to pass him. So you guys are taking part in this too, huh? Oh, Van! How goes it, Spriggan? Well, it isn't Van's street racer friends, and the high bloods of Horacian at that. I see now, you've entered your usual modified cars as amateur teams? Look like it's just your captains who are actually at the wheel though, huh? Graham and Lucio, yeah. No better stage than this to test your street racing chops, am I right? A registration limit and entry fee kept the rest of us in the standstill. Whatever the circumstances, the zeal to test oneself is something to be admired. So, how's the standings? It seems as though your friends have a lead over the other amateur teams. I do, but, well, you know how much those two hate to lose. So they're playing to beat not just each other, but some of the more famous teams who are added. Isn't that still just a dry run though? Not that there's anything wrong with being ambitious, but... yeah, they kinda take it off the charts and careen over the edge. Lucio? I don't believe myself blundering this late in the game. Racer 32, the frontrunner of the amateur teams, has made an unfortunate skid and rollover. What's this? Someone is catching up to him. Ah! Crap, now I've done it. After all the effort I've spent tuning it up for tomorrow. A startling error in judgment and sends racer number 31 crashing off a track. The two amateur teams are now losing the lead they had maintained until now. One car after another. Luckily, neither driver appears to be injured. What are you doing out there, Lucio? Man, let's get the pants off me. One more move and could have been goners. Either way, there's no coming back from this one. They're gonna have to withdraw, landing on both in the dead last. Oh, for the love of, I warned them, didn't I? The fact they got off with only light injuries is the only silver lining. Given the damage it sustained, however, it's not looking good. Both the rides are totaled 6 races from Sunday. Fixing them by tomorrow is impractical enough, but adjusting in light of today's results on top of that... what a mess, and just before the real deal even. It's exactly when my uncle and I told him not to get too heated. Well, don't let it throw you off too much? I mean, it's not like these competitions are one and done, make or break deals. Besides, having a few losses to work past only makes victory much sweeter down the line, right? Obviously, words alone can only do so much to turn your attitude around. But the two of them made it out in one piece. They can borrow a different car, race again next year, there's options. I can even give you some advice if it comes down to it. Point is, you ought to shift your gears forward, not in reverse. Yeah, makes sense. I'll pass that along to Graham and Lucio. At this rate, tomorrow's race is practically a wash, but that still doesn't mean we should just give up. I suppose this is another facet of adolescence. Even Van bursts into life when he's talking with these kids. Good. Next. Riverside.
Well then, shall we?
Even with all the commotion, Riverside itself never changes, does it? Yeah, it's just a weight of taking a load off your mind. No argument there. So, are we hitting up Bermotti's place while we're in my area? That's a no-brainer. If anybody has new dirt to share, it'll be an informant. Let's be on our way then.
Riverside. It's always pleasant around here.
Something smells off, though.
Let's take a look around.
Can you believe it? We're gonna go to space!
What do we got?
Yeah, what have we got? Confidential data theft. Chief Bassett. Something terrible has happened at our company, and we have to do something about it. Please, can you help us? Meet me at Riverside Terrace as soon as you can. Give me a moment to look around, and then... You probably aren't open. What? No. It will just be a, say.
Well, well, well! What do we have here if not my favorite fixer crew? It's a joy to see you, Van and Elaine.
Hello, Bermotti. Hello, Bermotti. It's good to see you too. Did you just open up? Seems kinda empty in here.
No, I opened at noon sharp. Honestly, I've had a bit more foot traffic today than I expected. It's usually a ghost bar whenever there's some big event going on, which this time seems to be that project you and your little crew are investigating.
How do you know we were looking into that? We shouldn't be that surprised. He isn't Edith's top informant for nothing. The guy's a walking, talking gossip magnet, huh? His disposition would not be so unerringly confident unless he had solid grounds for his claim. It's a little wonder why Marduk has known him as a promising informant. I'm gonna go out on a whim and guess you've had someone tailing us since this morning. Oh dear, seems you found me out. Well, that's whatever, so on to business. You know the drill. Our info for yours? I can offer some of the guild's intelligence as well. Off a book, of course. And so Van's group exchanged information with Bermotti on the space program. They fished for details on the goings-on of underground entities, so they tossed out little scraps they had gathered from Marduk, however... In summary, you've heard nothing about any anti-immigration terrorist groups? Moreover, there's no sign of activity from gangsters, Jägers, or criminal organizations, foreign or otherwise. Do I have it right? Afraid so, hon. There are rumors buzzing about a new anti-immigration group, but if they've begun making moves, I haven't heard of it. Despite the frenzy of the space program and the economic boom that attracted seedy elements, they've been awfully quiet of late. At first, I assumed Kinkat was that the CID was working to ensure nothing came of it. However, I hear they're doing only the bare minimum, yet somehow all is peaceful. Almost too peaceful, in fact, to the point it's giving the heebie-jeebies. Huh, not what I expected to hear. It may well be the calm before the storm, or perhaps an invisible hand is at work behind the scenes. Those are my thoughts as well. Putting the behavior of a presidential officer and the CID to one side? Organizations like Marduk and Ouroboros have their own stake in this. It's like they're bracing for something. Something that's hidden before our very eyes. Well, we can be sure of one thing. Whatever it is, it's gonna be connected to the space program. Surely you've got better cards to deal us than that, though, Bermotti? Like maybe dirt on Project Startaker itself? Or that you've been manipulating info on a certain key figure related to it? Also their identity would stay a secret? Oh. Huh? The woman who aided us during the Rewind phenomenon? Right. We only learned her true identity during the big public reveal, but I hadn't realized she was acquainted with Bermotti. Now that you mentioned it, the two of them were together now and then during the student festival, weren't they? I've worked with her on occasion as part of my guild work. Actually, weren't you the one who introduced me to her, Bermotti? Ah, you remember that little detail. Seems it was a rather careless move in retrospect.
I suppose there's no sense in keeping up the pretense. This young lady has been a client of mine for a long time now.
Been a while, hasn't it?
It's that woman I've seen all over the net. Well, if it ain't the lady of the hour, Major Amelia Howing of the Calvert Aerospace Force herself. Nice to meet the real you.
Hey, come on. Stow the sass, will you? But it is good to meet face to face, Arkwright. Same goes for Miss Eau Claire and the rest of your crew. Bermotti said I might find you here around this time. Guess he was right on the mark as always.
Wait, so he knew the exact time we'd be here? How? Okay, we get it. Your info network is bonkers good. We are all very impressed. I promise it wasn't meant as a ploy to flaunt my skills as an informant. I was only trying to help arrange a little get-together, as I heard you hadn't seen each other since the announcement.
Yeah, I also felt bad about slamming the brakes on my delivery business. Especially since you were all some of my best customers. Sorry for not giving you a heads up.
Nah, we're all good. Water on the bridge. It's crazy to think that history's first astronaut was working part-time as delivery woman right before. Guessing all that talk about you retiring caused him an injury was just a cover story?
No, I really was injured, but I was able to make a full recovery. I got the call to join the project almost 3 years ago, right after the war with the Empire ended. The invitation came straight from Papa, General Haring, at the request of the then soon-to-be president of Calvard. He wasn't entirely sold on the idea at first, but I said yes in a heartbeat. No way was I gonna pass up the chance to be the first person to soar above the skies and into outer space. Still, because of my military achievements from the first day of the war, I decided to resign with a promotion in rank. After a year of hellish training, I grabbed myself one of the newly released Orbital bikes and started up a delivery service. A while later, it was Dingo who introduced me to Arkwright here.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wow, I've seen some bug-wild resumes, but yours takes a cake. But why a part-time delivery driver of all things?
Oh, I never thought of my delivery business as just a part-time gig. To me, both that and my piloting work are part of my career. As for why I became a courier, I figured it'd help me become a better pilot and astronaut. That's all.
Wait, seriously? I suppose riding an orbital bike does require split-second decision-making and high tolerance for acceleration. Having to steer with near-perfect accuracy at top speeds is not a skill one acquires overnight.
Yeah, and that's why I chose that path. Although I have considered joining Z1 instead. Figured it'd be fun to bust up that boys' club. But I knew it'd be bad news if I accidentally got famous. Besides, riding the highways and making deliveries within a second, all the while not causing any wrecks, gives me one hell of a rush. It's why I think of it as my calling in life, even more so than being a pilot.
I see, how fascinating. No surprise you thought about being a Z1 racer, considering your competitive streak. Shame you didn't go for it. You could have eaten that 2-bit chump of a top racer for breakfast. I can easily imagine that, especially how expertly she maneuvered that gunship. Admittedly, I do have mixed feelings about having unknowingly worked with a member of the military, but I put them aside for now. Incidentally, I suppose I'm a little late in realizing this, but you're older than most of us here, aren't you, Major Emilia?
Please, just call me Hermes like you're used to. And I'm 28, so that would make me, what, 3 years older than you? I guess that goes for you too, huh, Arkwright?
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's funny how friendly you're acting after putting one over on us. You really ain't gonna let us draw a line in the sand, are you?
Nope. That's just not my style. Plus, I can't very well go losing my best customers, now can I? Once this project is over and done with, I'll be starting up my delivery service again. I'd like it if we could still do business then. Just thought I'd let you know that.
Huh. Fine then, you've done a lot for us, so I'll be looking forward to your grand reopening. Hermes? That's why I need you to watch yourself out there. Not sure this project will go like they said it would during the announcement.
Your nose is as sharp as ever, Arkwright. You know, you may be a few years younger, but you're totally my type. about we make this relationship a bit more intimate?
Oh, oh la la. What the hell, lady? The helmet comes off and suddenly you miss grabby hands? How does it feel being the goddess's favorite, you bastard? Anything to say for yourself, Van? Why me? Now here's a familiar sight, though I do get the feeling she's not being entirely forthcoming with us. Yet we can hardly accuse her of being deceptive. It's only natural if there are matters she's not at liberty to disclose. Indeed. Moreover, her desire to see Mr. Arkwright and the rest of us did appear to be genuine. After wrapping up the conversation, Major Millian, also known as Hermes, took a seat at the bar to unwind a bit. Van's group opted to rest for a little while longer before eventually resuming the investigation. It hasn't been that long, but it's still good to see you, Arkwright Solutions. I wish I could be spending tonight relaxing and drinking Bermotti's cocktails. Seems like you're as busy as ever. Are you leaving the capital tonight? Yeah, it's back to the space base for me. Lots to do. And there's everything going on tomorrow too. I better turn on early and make sure I'm ready to go in the morning. Tomorrow, you say? The day of the launch is later than that? Well, if you ever find yourself with some free time, let me buy you a drink. I want to hear about your space travel someday too. Of course, you can look forward to it. But hopefully we can enjoy some of these cocktails together someday soon. All the information brokers can talk about is a space program. I actually just exchanged some information with Jack and Hal in Langport the other day. Jack and Hal, huh? Been a minute since I've seen those two. We had a chat with them recently. I hear they're planning to leave Langport right about now. That's right, something about going to Farbad for gambling. Things seem to be relatively calm over there, but I'd love to know more about what's going on. Well, we may need some help in the future, yours included. Hope we can count on you when the time comes. Of course, I swear on our undying love, but I'll learn everything I can. I need to procure all sorts of information, so I look forward to your continued patronage.
The world and this menu is your oyster.
Alright.
See you later. Van, darling! I've been waiting for you.
What? What else? What's that? It sounds like propellers?
Apologies for the wait. Here's your delivery.
The latest model of small-scale drone that's been designed for deliveries. Yes, but I hadn't heard anything about drone deliveries being implemented by any companies here in the Republic. Did you order something recently, Van? Nah, I got no idea what this is about. Oh, getting a call. Who's this from? Sup, my name's Rains, and I'm technically a member of the ZCF in Libel. Glad I found you guys. Got something to talk with you about. His voice matches that of a drone. Yeah, seems like it. So it's safe to say you're the one controlling this thing, Ren? What's all this about? As a matter of fact, I'm handling a request from Hermes, the delivery lady. Did you guys know she's stopping her delivery service for a while? Yes, although we've only just heard about it. Well, the timing looks pretty nice. So yeah, basically she asked me to help out her clients while she's off. And instead of by bike, I make deliveries with the latest model of ZCF drones. Gotcha. Well, if you're subbing in for Hermes, that's a welcome thing to hear. On top of that, it's clear you're no simple entrepreneur. Pretty damn suspicious if you ask me. Seriously. And the cherry on top is that the guy isn't even trying to hide how shady he is. That's just how things are in the real world, kiddos. Anyway, if you ever need anything, you just give me a call and I'll get it to you anywhere here in Edith. For the time being, let me present you with this as a token of our new friendship. Van accepted the package. A Tyrell bomb. Now that I see how this works, I admit it does seem like it could be useful. You may also be interested to hear that our drone's delivery shop has some exclusive products you can't find anywhere else. So by all means, give us a call and order to your heart's content. I love a sales pitch, but still can't say I entirely trust you. But if you're filling in for homies, then yeah, I'll probably put your little drone here up to good use before long.
Can you believe it? We're gonna go to
Alright.
space.
Now, let's look into
Ice cream!
the quest,
Get your ice
maybe?
cream here!
Nah. First, let's take the look around and then...
Setting out.
It would seem the space program has been the center of conversation in this district as well. Yeah, it's really trending with the younger generation. Even the entertainment industry is feeling the impact. The proliferation of T-phones is a likely factor with the breadth of information they grant access to. Well, between the movie theater and the Tyrell Times, we are hardly short on points of interest. Are there any other locations you intend to visit? That Eastern restaurant, Kayunch, is a Heyo affiliate for one. When it comes to getting the underworld scoop, we can't go wrong there. That seems as good a place to start as any. Let's begin our rounds then. Alright, where was I?
Yay! I get to go shopping with Mommy!
Maybe we should start studying astronomy.
How about a delicious ice
That
pop?
movie was the shit, man.
Have your eye on anything in particular?
Blue Planet.
Thank you very much.
Please, step on up.
Here is out of this
Welcome.
world.
Thank you for coming.
Macmillan Blandhofer Cafe.
Please stop by again. Welcome. Please stop by again.
Good. What else is here?
I'd really like to cover that.
That's already confirmed on our end, though.
Lime soda and Frito-Lay. What do we have here?
All right.
Memorial Park Bounty. We've received reports of a large monster, Queen Kumanba. Dirk Memorial Park. In vain of keeping the peace, we asked Aqua Solution to terminate the threat. Daswani. The police. A request from a police inspector. Never thought I'd live to see the day. Guess Inspector Daswani is starting to accept us. It's about time if you ask me. Dirk Memorial Park has been added to the travel menu. And...
Ooh, this summer's new movie should be coming out soon.
I wonder when they'll finally announce a Mishy and Boots sequel.
Well, guess you'll just have to wait and find out.
Screen 2 will be opening its doors shortly. Please keep all
Welcome to
telephones
Esprit Cinema. Please enjoy the latest films. We had cutting-edge audio equipment installed in all our theaters. We also frequently hold events. Cinephiles should definitely stop by.
Welcome.
What's playing? Detective Skoiro, we watched that. Bravely Legends. So that is the...
Awaken! Order within me!
There is this lady who had the... who made comic books about that. Who should I invite?
Thank you for your visit today.
Burger und
Screen 2 will
Drew,
be
tell me
opening
about
its
your
doors
movie.
shortly. Please keep all telephones on silent.
Ben. Barbara was a missionary nun with a large scar on her forehead who traveled the frontier. spreading the word of Adios as she went. One day on her travels, she met a young orphan boy from the west by the name of Vince, whose early life had been much like her own. She wanted to make sure he grew up to be a good man, and with her strength to guide him, they set out on a journey together. On the way, they accidentally stumbled onto a small settlement, which had been beset by thieves for several months. They've gone so far as to take the chief's daughter hostage, so there was no way to fight back without fear of her coming to harm. Upon hearing this, Sister Barbara stood up and marched straight to the thief's den.
What's a lady of the cloth doing out here all by herself? You lost, sister. Hey, you worthless sods, get over here now! Huh? Where in blazes are they?
If you're looking for your men, I just tucked them all in for a nice little dirt nap. As for you, you're going to return all the food and valuables you took from the settlement. With interest.
You ain't a sister. You're a monster! You do know I've got a hostage here, yeah? If you care about the girl's life, you'll...
Barbara, I freed the girl. Now you can kick this scumbag's ass without any distractions.
Told you to call me Miss Barbara, you little snot. Whatever. Good work, Vince. I'm about to bring the weight of your sins crashing down right into your skull. I'll give you 10 seconds to make your final confession. 10, 9, 8.
Wait! What do you say you come and work for me instead?
3, 2, 1.
What the hell happened to 7 through...
0!
Not to toot my own horn, but I think I did pretty darn good. I don't get many chances to play a character like that, so I'm proud of how it all turned out. Definitely was a change of pace from the usual 110% Judith roles you get cast in, that's for sure. In between those powerful monologues and devout prayer scenes, it was refreshing to see that kind of performance from you. That said though, it was your yells in the combat scenes that impressed me most of all. I could really feel the righteous indignation. Without a doubt, that was something only you could bring to the table. Thanks. I really want to go all out when it came to representing justice and principles that can't be compromised. I think that was me putting a little bit of myself into the role. Oh no, I'm kinda having second thoughts about whether it fit the character. Nah, I'd say it fit just fine. In fact, despite how it might have seemed at first, I'd say a role like that suits you perfectly. For real? Well, I'm glad you think so. Also, I'm starting to realize just how much Judith takes after her grandma. With her gravitas she brought to some of those scenes, it was like I was looking at a young Dominique Lanster. A rough and tumble yet righteous traveling sister with a battle-scarred face. She definitely reminded me of a few women I'm well acquainted with. Ayn and Celis chief among them. In fact, the resemblance is enough that I have to wonder if this movie's heroine was inspired by someone from the Graal's Ritter. The only Spitfire I know from the church is my sister Disciple, but now that you mention it, I can definitely see that happening. But no matter who she might have been modeled after, the energy Judith put into her performance made it a really engaging watch. As a former member of the Graal's Ritter myself, the movie featured many familiar sights and concepts. Oftentimes the Dominion will pose as a traveling priest, in order to resolve problems en route to their current mission. Among them there are some who would put even the likes of Barbara and Celis to shame with how rough they can be in forcing open a path. Now Fulan? Damn, guess truth really is stranger than fiction. Having finished the break, Van the crew resumed their work. Is there an exclamation mark here?
Thank you for your visit today. Screen 1 will be opening its doors shortly.
Welcome.
Ticket holders, please proceed to the entrance.
I can genuinely watch a second movie, really?
They all look pretty good.
Follow a nun and a young boy's journey through the wilderness.
Okay.
Sacred journey.
Well then
See the
we do
movie
that.
critics are raving about. Now in theaters.
Brave Legends. This is a tale yet untold, a tale of young legends. Our young hero, an ordinary boy named Akira, has his life turned upside down as he finds himself suddenly wrapped up in a mysterious terrorist plot. An evil organization named Nebula operates in the shadows, far from prying eyes. Their goal? To subjugate all of humanity using supernatural powers. Though driven by a strong sense of justice, Akira is powerless to stop them. When a girl is in danger though, he rushes to save her without a thought. An attack from one of Nebula's leaders pierces the boy's chest. Just as Akira's consciousness begins to fade. You did well to hold them off. Now leave the rest to me. A man appears, using a strange power to send the villains scattering. He then proceeds to infuse his flaming aura into the dying Akira's body. Upon awakening, Akira realizes Neo has become one of the heroes with the power to save humanity. A legend. 6 months pass and Akira is busy training alongside his fellow legends, when suddenly the evil organization appears before him once again.
I want to save everyone. I don't want a single life to be snuffed out. Burning aura that resides within me. Please, grant me your strength.
This can't be! You burned through my darkness barrier!
Akira! You really did it!
Damn, kid! Really had to wait until the very last second to awaken, didn't you? And that aura!
Thank you, Master. I finally understand what the flame you gave me back then really was. It's hope given form. And with my will, there's no limit to how strong I can become!
What is this power? This is impossible. How could these petulant children be capable of using the aura of legends?
Time to repay what you did to my friends. Take this! Scorching Flame Fist! Ultimate Burst!
Can't be!
That movie was awesome. The characters were also brave and you could just feel how strong their bonds were. I really got choked up by it all. I had a feeling you'd like this one. Despite it being an animated film, the action scenes were pretty intense. Bet you enjoyed those parts too, right? Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Also, I kinda related to the main character, especially with how he could wield flames like that. Do you think I'll be able to stoke my Kruger flames until they're just as white-hot as Akira's were? I know you will. I bet my bottom mirror on it. I figured it was just gonna be some run-of-the-mill kids movie, but it was better than I expected. The protagonist's whole living his life for justice shtick reminded me of the heroes of those old martial arts stories. If you think about it, living your whole life that way definitely ain't the easiest road to walk. Akira had unwavering conviction, a fierce determination backing it up, deep trust for his allies and the desire to strike back against evil. Thinking it over, maybe the movie hit home for us as much as it did because it portrayed all that stuff as well as it did. That makes sense when you put it like that. You ask me though, I think they could have snuck him in a little bit more fan service. The main demographic in Sky is at the height of their puberty, so if a heroine strutted her stuff a bit more, it would have eaten it up. Well, maybe, but in this day and age, playing up that part too much is basically an open invite for backlash.
What's next?
Ah, talking about the Gradswitter.
Well, well. I hadn't realized you two were in the capital.
What the? Master Bearguard?
Greetings, Master. It's good to see you all.
Celis Otessia? And Leon Balthazar.
Hey, Arkwright. Who the hell do you think you are? Think you can hog Master and go prancing around Edith without us, huh? Way to take a piss all over seniority, you little punk.
Oh, there's nothing for it. A hidden disciple who's only just found his footing needs a bit more pampering than you and I. All that said, I can at least regard you as a proper disciple after that last incident.
Gee, thanks for the open-armed greetings. Honestly, I had no idea you both were even in the city. We haven't seen each other since that case, have we? Thank you for your help in resolving it, by the way. I just had to go and bring that up again. Just thinking about it makes me want to crawl in a hole and die. Understandable. Even if it never technically came to be, the ordeal may well have ranked among the highest of your myriad gaffes? At any rate, Van, those were indeed, as you put it, greetings. Such banter's custom among us fellow disciples. The more you speak, the less I want any part of your customs. Huh. It heartens me to see you two are doing well. But given the time of your visit, I take it you're not merely here to sightsee, am I wrong? Not in the least. We've come to mount a search, as it so happens. What for? Considering your line of work, I would assume it regards an artifact? Give or take, yeah. What we're after is real damn delicate, so I was hoping we'd track it down pretty quick. Unfortunately, we've received conflicting information, we're unable to find it here. We'll be leaving the city momentarily to look elsewhere. That all sounds like a hassle and a half. If you need some extra pair of eyes, we'd be happy to offer them. You see me as a fellow disciple now, right? Then let me share the load. No, we couldn't possibly burden you or Master with this. What he said. This is our duty and ours alone. Oh? Now I'm curious. As one who no longer bears the mark, I'm in no position to speak on what the Gradswitter ought or oughtn't do. Nevertheless, I still wish to continue my role as your mentor. I plan on staying at Van's side for the time being, so should you need anything at all, don't hesitate to reach out. Oh, and if you happen to run into any of my other disciples, please let them know I said hello. Master? Yeah, we'll pass it on. Good fortune be with you, Master. And don't let the neediest disciples over-dependents steal too much of your valuable time. Maybe we should go a round or two before we leave, just to make sure he hasn't been slacking. What? No, I object! You really are loved, aren't you, Bergert? Yes, as a master, there's no greater blessing.
Eastern cuisine always hits the spot.
Turns out the capital was way off the mark, but at least you got to see you and our fellow pupil, so the trip wasn't a total bust. We will not get a chance to see you again anytime soon, Master, so take care. You too. We're going to have to broaden our search. What we're looking for simply isn't here in the capital. We did have one lead. I suppose I should get in touch again. Hey, it's all well and good to be passionate about your work, but don't push yourself too hard, okay? I don't need to hear that from a fellow pupil. You just try not to rely on our master too much, alright? Show us how much you've grown. You appear to have plans of your own, so I suppose I wish you luck. Well, you certainly wasted no time in sniffing around, Spriggan. If you happen to catch a scent, I'd be delighted if you'd fill me in. Depends on what you got from me in return, especially now that your guys are making moves too. Miss Hayu Executive. Things have been busy both under the table and above board. What that means I leave to your imagination. But let's just say there are a number of circumstances at play that leave me feeling rather dispirited. It ain't like you to be all evasive like this. Is this about the anti-immigration organization? Seems like we're missing a piece here. Indeed, we're missing a part of a puzzle. Well, drop by any time. You too, Roaring Lion. I'll be sure to.
Well then.
Hey, stop!
And there is a mystery side quest. Sarah and Shahina again. But I think we do that next episode, and I end it here. Yeah, and we continue this next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.